to the Gen X Remix, Midlife, Laughs, and Next Acts. And have we got a great Next Act story for you today? Friend, have you been wondering how you can possibly start your business before you leave corporate? I mean, oh my gosh, you're already so busy. Where is that time going to come from? Well, today's episode is for you. We're going to be talking to a fabulous guest who is also a very dear friend of mine who's about to share a really incredible story that includes her corporate escape journey. Now, a little bit about her. After 25 years in the corporate world, Jackie Abels took a leap to pursue her lifelong passions, launching Wet n Wild Adventure Company, an all-encompassing adventure company that fuses travel, art, and brand building into one dynamic experience. While still working in her corporate role, Jackie meticulously built the foundation for her company, waiting for that perfect moment to transition into her dream full-time. With an insatiable love for travel, a keen eye for photographic storytelling, and a deep understanding of building a brand, Jackie has masterfully woven these elements into a singular, awe-inspiring venture. Wet n Wild Adventure Company is more than just a travel company. It's a celebration of life's vibrant tapestry. Under Jackie's leadership, the company offers immersive travel experiences, captivating photographic art, a curated brand collection, and on the horizon, an inspiring magazine that invites adventurers to explore the world through their own unique lens. Jackie believes with all her heart that travel has the power to change how we each see the world, fostering empathy and knowledge that can not be gained in any other way. Join her on this remarkable journey and discover how her passion has created a world of exploration, creativity, and boundless joy. Buckle up, friend. You are going to love this story today. All right, let's give a warm welcome to my friend, Jackie Abels. Jackie, welcome to the Gen X Remix.
Thanks, Tabitha. Thanks for having me here today.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be such a great day. We have so many topics to cover and so little time to cover them. So let's start with the first question that I love to ask my guests. And that is, what is your most exciting remix?
So it just happened, but it happened over time. It didn't happen like immediately. So worked in the corporate world for about 25 years, as well as being, a mom and raising the children and all of those things that you have to do when you're a working woman. And about 3 years ago, I was offered a retirement package, and my very first reaction was, "What? How did I get here?" And then my second reaction was, I really, really want to do it. And then thirdly, I was like so angry at myself because I hadn't prepared and I wasn't ready to retire financially. So I realized that I needed to kind of get it together for the next package offer. So I quickly sat in a room and listened to some music, and I have this beautiful photo that I was staring at, and I'm like, what do I want to do with the rest of my life? So I couldn't make any decisions. So I started calling around to other people in the industry and had lots of job offers, but they were, luckily the same pay, larger title, but I would go from a small group to managing over 270 people in the field and be responsible for them every single day. I would have to commute. I would have to be at an office 2 hours away at 5 a.m. in the morning. And I'm like, coming out of COVID, I'm like, oh no, no. I can't do that. So I decided that I needed to turn down the retirement package, but that I promised myself the next time it came around next year that I was going to be ready. So I sat around and I figured out what it was that I wanted to do. And I had an inspiration again from a photo that a friend of mine took. And so I decided that it was going to be a travel company and not just booking travel for other people, but a brand and all of these things. Coming from the corporate world, goals are really, really high. There's no relaxing in anything that we do. So I got ready, which means I got the name that I wanted. I really settled on that. I got my business license. I started researching the business that I was going into because I'd never done it before. So I asked a lot of questions, met a lot of people, started networking with people who were in that industry. And then the next year came around and there were no packages.
Oh,
And I'm
no.
like, uh-oh, I'm starting to get busy, which is an amazing thing. So the business starts taking off, booking travel for people. I'm doing group trips. I'm creating this and designing this brand. And it is just like snowball effect. Like people are coming to me and we're busy. And now I have this corporate job and I have this, but that's okay because the next time that this package comes around, I will be ready. And so the next year, here it comes. It came and I was ready. I didn't have to think twice about it. It's funny. I used to say to my husband every morning, "Can I retire today?" And he'd be like, "No, what are you talking about? I'm still working." And I'm like, every day, "Can I retire today?" And then one day I woke up and I said, "Can I retire today?" And he said, "Yes." And I was like, "Yes." So then I'm downstairs and I'm on a call with my boss at the time, and my husband walks by the window and he sees me, and I'm just like grinning from ear to ear. And he looks and he goes, "Did you just get offered a retirement package?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "You can't take it." I said, "Yes, I can." And then that's how I got here today.
Oh my gosh, so many things in that short history of yours. Oh my goodness. It's when you're starting to get to that point of can I retire today? That's your body saying it is absolutely time to do something different.
Absolutely.
What I love about your story is that not taking that package that first time gave you that inspiration to really start building that runway, which is so important.
It also allowed me to trial and error a lot because there wasn't the pressure of having to bring in money right away. And what that offers you is the ability to do it your own way. So you don't have to compromise for things that might not be a part of your vision in order to bring in money, because you have to bring in money, right? And doing it at the same time afforded me to still have an income while I was trialing and erroring. And I got to say no to a lot of things that didn't fit the vision, which I don't think you get to do often if that's really, if you don't have that opportunity.
Yeah, I love that. It's a lot of corporate women. We don't know because we haven't been entrepreneurs, right? It's such a different mindset and a different way of being and doing. There are a lot of people in the world who are coaches or go by other titles who will say, "Oh, you're going to easily replace your corporate income in that first 6 months or first year." And the reality is, we operate a little differently. We generally are busy all of the time. We are moving fast and we have big ideas. And so those programs don't always fit for us. And, when you give yourself that runway, you don't feel that pressure to invest in something that isn't I call it quote band-aid solution. And you don't feel pressured to replace your salary because it's still there. And it just makes such a big difference.
Yeah,
I
if you
love
were to
that
look
for
at
you.
it with the mindset of like a project plan, everything that you do in that first year is called foundation, right? You're learning the new industry, you're getting all of the legal stuff and all of your documents in order and all of the things that you need to manage a business. And as a woman in the corporate world, you are an entrepreneur, but you're doing it for someone else. I mean, you have all the skills you need to work for yourself. I mean, you're busting your buns to do it for a corporation. But if you just gave what you do there to yourself and to your business and you really believe in it, you're going to be just fine. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that I hear a lot is I just don't have time. And, I started in the career advancement, career coaching space. That was a big block for a lot of women and working through the calendar and figuring out where you find time to focus. How did you find time to focus on your business? Because you were really busy in your corporate job.
Yeah. So I make myself do a few things. Working from home after COVID, you had to put some rules in place for yourself, and mine was I don't leave my bedroom until I've gotten dressed, brushed my hair, done my makeup, and done all of those things, so that when I hit the stairs, I'm ready for whatever happens in the morning. I will take 10 minutes of tea time. I call it tea time, in my living room with my windows open, kind of watching the world go by and thinking. And then I would jump in about an hour, hour and a half to where I was before I was due on into the corporate world. I would spend a little time sort of arranging my day and understanding I don't do this my work during my corporate job, but I do get to take, which I never did, never really did, breaks and lunches and after work, to do something I was passionate about. When you're passionate about it, you find the time. And I think that's a good indicator whether it is something that you're passionate about or you're just trying to do something to bring in money. If you're passionate about it, it doesn't feel like work and you're talking about it all of the time, effortlessly. And then, you know me, one of the things I didn't love before this, and I think I've narrowed it down to I didn't love it because I was talking about things that I didn't love anymore, is networking. And just 1 or 2 nights or days or lunches, if you can network in your area with, we're in a women's business group, um, man, they just, the support for each other within your business, but just the support of you're good enough, you can do this. All these women are doing this and you can too. That helped elevate what we were doing.
Yeah, I love that. It's so easy to get stuck behind the computer all day long doing all kinds of things, but you have to get out there. You have to find that support because when you leave corporate, you leave a lot of your close network behind, especially if you haven't nurtured on the outside. So there's a lot of rebuilding to
You
do.
do. And just side note, the people that you swear would be there with you,
Mm,
supporting you and giving you business, um, aren't the ones that are there. It's actually probably the people that you didn't talk to very much that are supporting you more on the outside world. It's very interesting. It's an interesting change. Yeah.
I love that you point that out. Oh my gosh, I think that was probably one of the biggest changes for me that kind of shocked me. I thought if I build this business, they will come. I built the business, they did not come. Nobody came.
In fact, they avoid you.
Right. They're hiding like I'm trying to sell, I don't know, what is it now, Amway or whatever at the door. I was like, oh, but wait, I do that. What do you mean you did that? You went there.
Yeah.
So it is really important to build
And
that network
And you
and
kind of
feel
have
that
to
support.
forgive them, right? Because they're still stuck in
Absolutely.
that bubble and
Yeah.
they're not really sure what it's like out there. We weren't sure what it was like out there when we took the leap. But it's kind of cool. It's really cool. I get to wear
It's
my
so
yoga
cool.
pants and my sweatshirts, and I get to talk to everybody, and everyone wants to talk about it because I love it. So it's very, very cool.
It's contagious. And the other thing, just to kind of touch on that before we move on, the people don't always come to you. They don't understand the outside. The other thing is they don't know you differently than they've known you, right? And I'm not saying that eloquently at all. But what I'm saying is when I was in my corporate role, and same for you, I am sure people knew us as, oh, Tabitha, the executive director, Jackie, the director of blah, blah, blah. This is this person. They're smart, they're focused. This is what they
Yeah.
do. They have a really hard time seeing you outside in the world. And God forbid they run into us in yoga pants, right? It's like, whoa, what's going on today?
That's true. But what
We're
ends up
different.
happening in the beginning, right? They can't see you in that role and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, they're almost waiting to see when you're a year in that you're still doing it. And then they
Yeah.
believe it. And then they start coming and they're like, I know you're going to do this for me really well because I know what you did over here. So
Yeah.
I think it's only a small period of time when they're just kind of, I'm not really sure. Let me wait and see how you do. And then they're all like, yes, let's do this. I'm like,
Exactly. Oh
happy to
my
have
gosh.
you here.
Such an interesting transition and transformation. Oh my gosh. So we're going to congratulate you on this because this is
Thank
such
you.
a big deal. And I know it's so fresh. What really led you to pursuing travel?
Gosh,
What was it?
if I were to be completely honest, which I always am, uh, my husband and I were thinking about tax write-offs.
Well, hey,
And
there's
I
a few.
said, what can I'm not one of those people. I'm not a collector. Like I don't have, my husband does, but I don't have 1,000 coffee cups from all over the world. My husband does again, but I don't have collections like that. And so for me, it had to be something that was constantly changing. Um, and I was like, what can I do that I would love that is constantly changing? Because in the corporate world, I'm so used to being busy. I have to be busy. Um, and what can I write off that I love? And I was, at the time, I was dabbling in photography. And so I'm like, photography. And then I started looking at what photographers make and how saturated the market is because of iPhones. And everybody's a creator now. And I was like, well, can't do that, but I can do that. So how do I do that? And what else do I do? Because what I learned from starting my business is not any one thing may give me the kind of income that I had in the corporate world. And I'm not ready to lose that kind of income. So I devised a plan to have multiple divisions within the company that I was building. So photography is one of them. And so that's how I settled on it. There's this photo that a friend of mine, Rodney Bursill, took, and it's of this wild horse and in the ocean. And that's how I came up with the company, Wet and Wild Adventure Company. I love adventure. I need it to be different. I love art and photography. And I just looked at that photo and I was like, wet and wild. That horse is wet and wild because I was just mesmerized by that photo and I couldn't figure out why. And that's the moment that I knew what the name of my company was going to be. And that is the centerpiece of my whole entire vision for the company.
Oh my gosh. And it is a beautiful photo. It is on your
Yeah,
website. So we'll
it
make
is.
sure we pop the link in the show notes so people can go and see and
Awesome.
do all the things out there. Oh my gosh. So when it comes to, you've got this great vision and you're building, travel is so interesting to me because I haven't done enough of it. What would you say is your most transformative travel experience and how did it impact your view of the world?
Oh my goodness. There's so many. Listen, another reason that I love travel is because I firmly believe that when people travel, it creates empathy and understanding and education and all of the things that we need in our world today, individually. If every individual has an experience that changes their life through travel, then we would be a better world. So I really firmly believe in that. I think honestly, it started with the photos from National Geographic from when I was a kid. Looking at those photos of the different cultures really drove my passion for wanting to understand other cultures. And then, but maybe diving with great white sharks is probably what completely changed me from just being a traveler to being an adventurer. So yeah, diving with great white sharks.
Just I've been invited on these trips. I can't.
It's funny. Somebody asked me for some activities to do in Oahu yesterday, and the PSS, no shark diving activities. It won't happen. So of course, when I wrote them the activities, I put in a shark diving experience in there, and just LOL, have to do it.
Of course you did. They're just ocean puppies with big teeth, I guess. Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh, so good. So, and that's another big piece of it for you, it's adventure. And we were just talking about this yesterday, that adventure means something different to everyone. So tell us a little bit about that.
So it does. For some people, going to the grocery store is an adventure, honestly. And what makes it an adventure is one, it's something that you want to do. You can't be forced into doing something that somebody else wants to do and expect to love it. So it's something that you want to do. It doesn't have to be river rafting or diving with sharks. But For example, I took a group of women to Salem, Massachusetts last year at Halloween to do the witch trial tours and things like that. This year, we're doing Tennessee music history. We're going to Paris. So it's just something different for everybody. What makes it an adventure when I go with them is the ability to understand what is going to resonate with each person and making sure we have time and space in the itinerary to make audibles, to make changes in order to make sure that everybody has what they were. So just adventure, anything is an adventure. It doesn't have to be like death defying adventure.
Thank God,
Although it's
because
fun.
shark diving not on the list. I skydived 12 years ago, but
Yeah.
shark diving,
See,
I don't think
we all
so.
have our limits. Something I won't do. You got me
That's
there.
amazing. Oh my gosh. And I'm so looking forward to that Paris trip because I get to go. I feel like I bragged about that on an earlier episode, but it is a huge adventure because I've never been there. And have you been there before?
I have not. And
Mm.
I'm having so much fun planning it and have some surprises for you. So
I can't wait. Well, somebody just warned me recently there are not a lot of places with ice cubes there. And I'm an ice cube person. So I was like,
yeah,
no.
I like everything extra cold. So we'll have to see what we can do about that.
Oh my gosh, so good. So, Jackie, one of the things that kind of pops back to my mind is, earlier in our conversation, we are talking about, um, for others who might be considering leaving corporate. What advice would you offer to others who are maybe considering leaving that stable career to follow their dreams, but they're scared? And I'm going to put the scared AF in quotes.
Yeah.
So they're scared. What is the advice you can offer there?
Scared AF is a good descriptor. The thing that it all boiled down to for me being the scariest is I have carried insurance for myself and my children. I might get emotional. And life insurance for 25 years. And I had to ask my husband to carry me on his insurance. And that was the scariest thing for me because I'm an independent woman. And that felt like I was being dependent. Oh, goodness. It's emotional. But after I got through the initial shock of that, I was good. And really, even if you're not in a relationship and you have started the foundation ahead of time, you're going to be in a good spot to move forward. You will know when it's time to make that actual transition.
I mean, it's a fact, right? Life changes a little
Yeah.
bit in the way that we operate in this world. I am what I would call toxically independent as well. Like I do me, right? So I get it. So the question would be, what advice would you give to others who are considering leaving that stable career to follow their dreams, but they're really scared?
Yeah. Believe in yourself. And when you can't believe in yourself, have your network of friends that believe in you as well. We have a girl gang. We have a girl gang, a
We
close
do.
girl gang, and then we have, peripheral girl gangs through our networking. But we have a girl gang and we are our biggest supporters. And just count on those people to bounce things off of. And then Tabitha and I have we have a mutual boyfriend. We call AI. We ask a lot of questions and we compare notes. And sometimes you don't know everything. You can't know everything about the business you're going into. So rely on your resources to ask those questions, network with people who might have the answers, um, and just take the leap when you know that you're ready. But
Yeah. I love that. And that's the secret, really. It's when you're ready. So start building now.
yeah.
There's no rule that says you ever have to take a leap. You literally can just keep going. Maybe you enjoy doing it on the side and you want to stay where you're at. That's okay.
Well, and you
But
can, right? That's
build.
the whole beauty of this is you can still work for the corporate world and you
Yeah,
can build this business and have someone be an independent contractor that actually runs it for you. And so you have this income coming in while you build it. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. You don't always just have to cut it off and go here, but you can do both at the same time. If you put the right people and the right processes and the right everything in place, like you're used to doing, then you will have success. You could have success. It doesn't have to look one way. It can look any way you need it to look.
I love that. I'm going to leave that right there because that is Huge. So good. So, Jackie, if somebody wants to reach out to you to talk about maybe planning their next adventure, what is the best way for them to reach you?
So, of course, we're on all the socials, Wet and Wild Adventure Company. We also have a website, Wet and Wild Adventure Company, wetandwildadventures.com. And then we have a travel persona called the Travel Maven. She's on the Facebook as well.
I love it. So, absolutely highly recommend following and connecting with the Travel Maven because I learn new facts about travel all the time. So, we're seeing a lot of great information there. So, I love it. And Jackie, I think that this has been really wonderful. It's been great hearing about your journey, your brave corporate escape, and the plan that went along with that, as well as just your new adventure in this wonderful world of travel. And you have such a big vision. I can't wait to see where we are in the next, I say we, where you are as a company in the next probably 12 to 16 months. I think this is just amazing. And I love how much your face lights up when you talk about it.
Thank you. Thanks, Tabitha, for having me.
What an inspiring adventure we've been on today with Jackie. From corporate boardrooms to bold new horizons, her story is an absolute testament to what's possible when you build your escape plan, trust your vision, believe in yourself, and take that leap, even if it feels scary AF. I hope Jackie's journey lit a spark for you. Whether you're dreaming of your own career remix or your next wild adventure, remember there's no one-size-fits-all path to success. You can start small, build as you go, and design a life that lights you up, just like Jackie did. If you're feeling that tug to explore, be sure to connect with Jackie through Wet and Wild Adventure Company and follow the Travel Maven on Facebook. I'll drop all of her links in the show notes so you can plan your next adventure with someone who truly gets it. And hey, if you're brewing your own corporate escape plan, don't forget to download my free guide. It's packed with tips to help you start building your business before you take the leap. So if you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help even more amazing women like you find the Gen X remix. Until next time, friends, stay fierce, stay curious, and as always, stay unapologetically you. Take care.